Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Hello, my creep. Hello, new peeps. Welcome to Super Fast Tortoise Show. And we got Hillbilly. Hillbilly, right there. Yeah. Who just got done playing early access for like a full freaking day.
Oh, yeah. Went from noon yesterday to 3 o'clock a.m. this morning. Then got up again and did it again from 9 to 10.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. And don't forget, we got the one, the only, the salacious kjcowboydan.
Salacious, huh? That seems like an upgrade. Okay, I'll take it.
Good morning. You know, he's the only head in jar we know, and he's from the future, and he's here to share truth about true vibes and things that are going on. Yeah, he's a prophet.
Well, truth and true vibes about things that are going on in the future. I know a lot about the your guys' time frame, but the problem is that's all history for me.
All right. Well, really quick. Let's say hi to people in chat, because I know Feldy's in chat. Vintage Obsession, hello. I know you have to, so thanks for stopping by, hitting that like. Whoop whoop. You got Cane Checker, James Willis. You rock, you roll. You're an amazing person. Yes, you are.
So
we got right, Lone Wolf. How's it going, Lone Wolf? And we got that TCG dude chilling in chat. What's up?
give me a sleeve.
That's right. Give me a sleeve. All right, everybody. My creep, we are here for a fun day. I'm kind of repurposing last night's random live I did, and I'm going to incorporate it in today's show. Not everybody watches that live as compared to people who come to this show, right? So different, broader audience and stretching out the wings. And plus we got some fun stuff to talk about anyways.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Because chat's involved. Chat's way involved because the morning show rocks and you guys make it rock. I'm telling you what. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Backwoods Collector. Hello. Backwoods? Sorry, I was on the wrong other screen. Backwoods Collector. Planting those trees so you don't have to. It says, G. And Feldy says, heck yes, I just got my state refund back. Got to pay off the last of my debt from my ex. Lovely.
Oh.
Well, I laugh because it's funny, but not funny.
Yep.
Some quick news normally kind of out of the side. Amazon put in a bid for TikTok, so TikTok might be saved. I don't know. I don't watch TikTok, but hey, if Bezos wants TikTok, you know, you're going to see a lot of Amazon branding. Maybe they'll get rid of the TikTok store and they'll be like, go to Amazon.
Yeah, to be honest, I have my doubts. See, Bezos is putting in this bid, and I feel like it's a similar situation as Elon buying Twitter, based off of this what I've read. It's it's not something that is necessarily wanted, but then again, I feel like there's a lot of coercion on it going on when it comes down to, okay, I don't want to spend my money on this. We already have our own platform, and Twitter has already announced a couple of months ago that they're going to start allowing for portrait form streaming. But they hadn't merged that in. I think it'll be a good excuse for them to merge it in. But then again, there's also a big old deal with there's still some issues with a Chinese company not wanting to sell to America. So there's those issues that are still a blatant big deal. And I'm not sure how much pull we have as a country to force another country's business to sell to our country. I really don't know how a hostile takeover works like that, especially because that's what it would have to be, even if he does buy into it.
Who knows?
There are a lot of issues with that. It's a huge rabbit hole to go down to, and I've been looking at it. Another person who has a bid in on it is Facebook with Zuckerberg. They put a bid in on it, but they might not be able to even buy it because of certain types of monopolies that you're not allowed to have in the United States. So there's still a chance. There's still a huge chance, and I think it's humorous because of all the TikTokers that are worried about it still to this day, because they're keeping their eggs in that one TikTok basket, refusing to come to Twitch or YouTube. And I kind of want to see them lose their channels. I mean, it's kind of mean, but at the same time, I'm like kind of rooting against TikTok.
Hey, well, whatever happens with it, happens with it. I just think it's interesting. Amazon threw their hat in the ring. So if Amazon wins, you're going to see, my curiosity is Amazon going to take out the TikTok store and say, you can find this item on Amazon? You know?
Well, in a sense, Amazon already kind of does that. It's not directly through Twitch, but Amazon itself has their own streaming service where they have streamers who test out live on Amazon, and you can actually watch streamers testing product on their Amazon page, where they have that there, I mean, that's a thing already. So I don't see why they haven't done it already, why Jeff Bezos hasn't just merged Amazon and TikTok together straightforward. I would have.
Right. It makes sense. But anyways, let's catch up with chat. We got TC Dude saying, my Japanese and Chinese magic cards finally went up in value. And well, for those people who can read it, congratulations. All right. Country to country business isn't doing well today. Anyone else besides me here actively play the market? I don't play the market at all. I'm broke.
I don't gamble.
Right.
And the market is gambling for me.
Kevin G says, next year on your Alexa and Echo TikTok videos right up to your doorstep. That's right. Cane Checker says, I offered $1, but I think I got overbid. That's right. Right. Anyways, let's get back on track here. I just thought that was some interesting news. KJ had a good broad idea of what he wanted to talk about and his opinions and thoughts. They could be good. They could be good.
Mm-hmm.
I have no knowledge about all the stuff he said, so take it with like I agree with it.
I was only regurgitating things I've already heard in the media when it comes down to the TikTok. I don't have any idea how business works. Like I said, I don't understand that at all, other than how a small business works. How I know how a mom and pop's business works.
Right.
I don't know how big corporate media works.
Right. I mean, what if Amazon bought out YouTube?
What if the sky turned purple and your nose fell off?
Right. Anyways, this is funny. It's just the funny part about it, and I don't mean to push this part of the conversation forward more, but the funny part about it is that it's like those old time and like movies. that the big corporations started buying out like the media and different things like the news, and they started like sponsoring people, or where they're wearing jackets with their brands on it on the media for news and stuff. Like superheroes in some movies would have like branding on them because they're sponsored by companies.
You're thinking about NASCAR.
You know, well, like Mystery Men, if you remember that movie.
I remember that one. Yeah.
One of the heroes that were kind of fake in the show, like they were a real hero, but they're kind of fake. They were sponsored by many companies like NASCAR.
Or the original Fantastic Four movie from the early 2000s, the original, in a sense, the early 2000s Fantastic Four movie. Johnny Storm, after having discovered their powers, had went and got their costumes done up with advertising.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that. I actually own that movie. Ken Chick says, "Oh man," and Feldy's having a blast. What if TikTok gets bought by Rumble? That would be the craziest outcome. There's a lot of crazy outcomes. Who knows? But that's a good question.
I've never heard of Rumble. What is Rumble?
Yeah, what is Rumble?
Are we serious?
Yeah.
Am I being trolled?
No. I've never heard of Rumble. I'm being
I
serious.
you had the answer to this, KJ.
Rumble is another video media, social media platform.
Oh.
Tell you the truth, I never heard of it.
It's like party.com, another one. Party.com. We have Billy. I mean, there's a lot of good social media platforms other than Twitch and YouTube out there. It's just they're not as well advertised.
Right.
You know, I mean, when
free speech equal to YouTube.
Yeah. A little bit freer speech than YouTube. It's closer to Kick. It's a lot harder to get kicked off of, especially if you're a right winger. A lot of right wingers are using Rumble right now. A lot of the right wing content creators that I like to watch are on Rumble.
Cane Shaker made a comment saying Rumble's what they did on The Outsiders. If you catch that reference, you're probably 40 years old. Or older.
I thought somebody was getting ready to grab a mic and go, "Let's get ready to rumble."
That's right. TC Dude says it's another streaming platform, right? Well, like there's so many weird platforms I'd never even heard of. And like when Kevin G said Rumble, I just assumed it was a streaming platform. I never heard of it, so I can be positive.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
I digress. We're here to talk about Tarkir Dragon Prerelease talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we're 13 minutes into this. I think, don't get me wrong, the opener to the show was pretty epic. I like it. But we need to get to the Tarkir Prerelease talk because you want to go to pre-release. You, the new person on this channel in chat, who's just chilling out. Why don't you hit the subscribe button? Hit that like button. We're just as chaotic about it every day. Plus, tomorrow's a chat and chill day if you want to chill with us tomorrow. And
who, me?
You? That's right. Yes, you. You're the one who stole the cookie from the cookie jar.
Surely, no, that was KJ.
KJ has no hands. He is the cookie jar.
You get a cookie around my jar, it's going to get soggy real quick. And I don't know if you guys like that. I know some people like dipping their cookies in the milk, but me, I don't have milk in my jar, and it's not coffee either. So you don't want to dip your coffee in there. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm not coffee, your cookie. You know, just leave your cookies away from me. They'll get soggy. You won't like it.
Miss Hellwheeler said, I disliked it. That's funny. But anyways, yeah, it's, you know, if you subscribe to the channel, you support our channel, you support the content for free. And if you hit the like button, it's awesome. And if you hit that bell notification, you know when I go live. I do lives about every day. I do lives Mondays through Fridays, and I do lives about every day that I'm live those mornings. So check it out. Who knows what I'm up to? Who knows what I'm up to? I mean, last night was a weird story. I can't really get into it here, but I had to help a friend to figure out he didn't like the idea of what he was trying to do. I'm like, okay, whatever. I just help.
Oh.
And we got KBG saying Cookie Crisp. All right. I messed that up. But anyways, so you're going to pre-release, right? You're going to your local game store to play pre-release. First of all, you're going out to an event where there's a bunch of people, and a bunch of people can smell you. They can see you. So dress decent. Take a shower before you go. Put on some deodorant. And wear a belt to hold your pants above your butt. Trust me, one person that has a hard time dealing with this is Hillbilly. His pants don't stay on his butt for anything. I'm kidding.
You actually tell them the dang on truth, dag blanket.
Well, like I have to wear my belt like extra tight because my pants like to fall off my body because I have no butt. So I don't want to be embarrassed in public. You don't want to be embarrassed in public. Wear a decent shirt. Like I prefer to wear long shirts, right? Like longer shirts that cover my buttocks material. And try to be nice and decent. Think of other people, not just yourself. They don't have someone spraying you a spray like they do in TCG sim game. Nope, they don't. But there is a story. See, a long time ago, I had a roommate who wouldn't shower, and there's you heard this story before, who didn't shower. He was a full-time cook, was in a hot kitchen, sweated all day, and smelled like balls, right? Ooh. Horrible. And if you know what I'm talking about, it's horrible. Twice, this guy got kicked out of F&M. One time, he had the people around him, because he was sitting at a elongated table with people, someone to his left and someone to his right, who complained and bitched about him. And I normally don't swear in this video, so when I say complained and bitched, there was a legitimate argument going on. And they got him kicked out of the store. The second time this happened, the owner was walking by him and had air freshener and sprayed all around him, then asked him to leave, saying you're too stinky. Then later on, because when I lived in a house with three people, me.
Hold on a second. You slow down a second. All I heard is the plot point to TCG Simulator.
Right. but so, anyways, what happened is I had 3 roommates. Well, and my one roommate, who was also a cook, who was more conscious about his smells, actually took showers every day and stuff. Apparently, when I was at work, got my roommate, my stinky roommate, locked him in the bathroom, blocked and barricaded the door, and told him he wasn't in that bathroom until he took a shower.
Oh.
And man, the guy took a shower after like bitching and complaining for like 15-20 minutes, like it was going to kill him to take a shower, put water on your body. God even knows if he actually used soap. I don't know. I wasn't there, but he took a shower, and ever since then, he started taking showers every other day. So the point being is taking showers is important, everybody, especially if you're going to be out in public. If you're handling people's stuff. You want to be conscious. That story is kind of funny. It's kind of sad. It's a mix of both. Take with it what you will. Just don't be the stinky person. Have your pants pulled up. Dress decent for the event. Yeah. I just had TCG Sim revision in my head. That's right. But it's the TCG Sim is kind of funny because it's based off real life and how people act. Like I used to joke around when I walked to store and I said, you walk into a TCG store when you smell nerd sweat and tears and see butt crack.
No, I call it shame, sweat, and tears.
Right. Point being, doubling down on my point. Take a shower, be respectful to others, visually and with smells. Prepare for it like you're going on a date. You're trying to impress your date. You shower. You put on a little bit of cologne or perfume, varying who you are.
Shine up your shower.
Right. You do your hair decent. Like if you have hair, you do your hair decent. Prepare. like you're going in an outing, like you would go if you're going to a play, right? If you're going to somewhere public, that depends on you being representable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just use Axe body spray or Febreze. You'll be good. You know, when I was working like full time, when I was working full time back in the day, I did that a couple times. Didn't work exactly. I smelled decent comparatively, but because I worked hours and had miles to work, I barely had time to take a shower every day. But I took a shower every day. But I had like an 8-mile walk.
Oof.
And I needed to smell good when I got to work. So I did that. At least I showered every day, but the 8-mile walk was horrendous because I walked 60 miles to and from work.
Oof.
That's
Dang,
that's not talking about working the hours I did at Walmart and walking around all day, 8 hours, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's rough.
That was rough. But when I was a kid, I didn't really think about it, or a youngster.
True.
But yeah, that's a big thing. Preparing for pre-release. Let me give you some ideas. Let me switch cameras here. All right, camera switched. I'm switching cameras again. All right. Woo. All right, you can hear me good?
Yeah, you're clear.
Can you hear me? All right.
You're clear. You're clear.
All right.
You're all good here in Houston.
That's awesome. Yeah, the reason why I ask is because the camera I just switched to likes to switch to microphone sometimes. This is a deck box, but this is my pre-release deck box, right? I have some dice in here. Woo-woo. This is a janky $3 deck box I got. Like, it was worth more than $3 when it was new, but I got it when it was on sale. There's dice in there. Bring your own dice to pre-release, right? And on top of that, if you're fancy as me and loves you very much, these are +1 counters. Bring your own +1 counters to pre-release. Yeah, I got these for Christmas. Yeah, from both my wife and my son. I got a lot of these counters.
Cool.
And to kind of show you, look, I don't get to show these off very much. Like, that's a +10 counter right there. Let me blow myself up. +10 counter right there. +5 counter right there, which I don't, I can do. We got +1 counters. They're pretty cool.
Cool.
Right? But that's if you have them. If you don't have them, don't fret. Bring dice.
Yep.
Right? Dice are important. Bring your own dice. I got these dice for the event too. Have a way to track your life in the game. People like to do pen and paper. Right? Oh, I'm having a blast here. I get to show off stuff, right? But I get to, like, when I play a game, I use my phone for me and my opponent when we're doing 1v1. Like, you can subtract life, you can add life. It's very visually easy to control. Make sure to keep track of your life total. Right? Then in here, in this deck box, this is important because, I forgot about that. My other camera just went off. Turned off. Anyways. I got sleeves, pre-sleeved. These are all lands. These are basic land in sets of 12. You got 12 swamps, 12 forests, 12 mountains, 12 islands, 12 plains, all pre-sleeved, ready to go. This is important because in pre-release, when you build your deck, you need your basic land, and there's a land station at most of your LGSs, right? A land station. And you have to get up, you have to wait for people to get the lands, and you got to hope the lands you need are still there. This guarantees you have enough land for your deck, and you don't have to sleeve them because they're pre-sleeved, right? If they're pre-sleeved, that means you don't have to leave the table. You can build your deck quicker or take the extra time without having to leave your table because you have your non-basic lands. And if you need to, you can put non-basic lands in slots here. Or I got 40 sleeves ready to go right here. 40 sleeves, just random sleeves, right? You're going to have 23 of these sleeves being a deck, and the rest you put non-basic land in. This lets you build your deck and sleeve your deck so you can protect your cards on the go, on the fly, right? This makes the pre-release deck building process so simple, a lot easier. It's good to do that, right? That's what I want to show you is pre-sleeving your deck. Having a pre-sleeved, ready to go deck is awesome. The sleeves are important because you don't want to ruin your cards. You don't want to scratch your cards, and you want your deck to shuffle easier. That's what you do. Dice are important. Those are awesome things to have, my friends.
Yep.
Then bring your own tokens. These dry erase tokens are my favorite. You can write on these tokens. Like say I got a warrior token. That's a 1/1. I got a warrior token just on the go. Have a marker, some tokens to go on the fly. These help out a lot. These help out a lot. What's up?
Make sure your marker is dry erase though.
It's Expo Vis-a-Vis wet erase. That's right. That's why it says dry erase MTG tokens. See, I showed it out.
Yep.
I'll put that in there. I'll take care of that later. But yeah, you want your tokens to be good. Bring a playmat of your own if you want to protect your cards. Playmats are awesome. I like you saw my sleeves, you saw my playmat. I plan on shilling my channel when I'm at pre-release. But you don't have to show your channel if you don't have a channel. But yeah. Funny. Yeah, I just said it. He's like, but you got to mention to bring you Super Fast Tortoise playmat too. That's right. Right? That's pretty funny. Hold on a second. Then you hear that chime? That's
Thought that was my microwave going off telling me my food was ready.
yeah.
That's what I thought that chime was.
Yeah, that was definitely my my camera turning off and on and stuff. And there you go. So those are some simple things to do. And look, pre-release is an investment. It's an addictive investment. I say addictive because if you love having fun, you love deck building, you love limited, you want more of it. It's a fun event, and fun events at work, you know. But this next topic of the subject I want to talk about. Oh, what's this comment? Make sure you practice your Fortnite dance for every time you win. That's right. That's right. Dance, dance, dance. Right? But anyways, on top of that, I don't have the caster, but I have a big thing for water. bring water and juice or your Pedialyte Gatorade kind of drink with you to work, with you to the pre-release. I almost said to work, but to the pre-release, right?
Pedialyte, isn't that for kids?
They actually sell Pedialyte for adults.
Oh, that stuff's nasty.
Well,
they had me drinking it when I was in the hospital. I just nasty. Sorry, I'm more of a fan of like those Boost protein drinks.
Then take a shot of moonshine. So every time you win, you make the game more fair for your opponents. That's right. Always think your opponents to say good game, especially when you lose. You know, that's always good to be sportsmanship, have sportsmanship, good like conduct. So yeah, do that. Do that. So the reason why I say bring Pedialyte, Gatorade, water, or juice is soda works for a while. Your energy drinks like Monsters, the carbonated ones are all right, but they just don't do justice. They give you energy, then they give you a crash. Plus the non-natural flavors and the sugar that's natural. The sugar is usually natural, most cases, not all. It brings a crash and it messes your brain to have a hard time to think. Right?
Yep.
Gatorade and Pedialyte refreshes your
electrolytes.
Electrolytes. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of. They refresh your electrolytes, keep you hydrated. They're actually better for you. Juices have natural and unnatural sugars in it, but the natural get the juices with natural flavoring in it, like natural juice flavoring, like fruits and stuff. That's better for your brain. It's better for your system. I prefer more water or Gatorade. Like I'm gonna bring water because it helps replenish your hydration. Just stay hydrated. Just try to stay away from sodas as much as possible because sodas make it harder for a person to think. There's been studies and tests done on this, so check it out. What's this? Make sure to bring crash designated driver. So when the energy drink crashes, you aren't driving home, right? But then think about snacks. Bring snacks. There's plenty of snacks. I know. For instance, some people like to bring like breakfast bars, non-greasy, non-sticky breakfast bars to take. You know, sometimes they buy the nasty ones that are just hard and not greasy, but they have a little flavor, but gives you protein and the nutrients you need.
You know why?
Why?
You know why? So that way other people don't try to steal your candy bars. You know, every time I went to an event at my comic book shop, I'm the little skinny guy and I bring all these candy bars, right? And I just survive my day. And you have these big boys go, hey, can I have your Three Musketeers bar? And you turn your head and your candy bars are missing. So get the nasty granola with the fake chocolate on it. They won't touch it.
Right. Well, that's why I like bringing black licorice. No one really asks.
Nobody touches black licorice. You have no soul if you eat black licorice.
Well, I have no soul.
Me neither.
But I like black licorice. Sugary, like it's kind of hard to find treats that are not greasy, but like there's some fruit trail mixes you can get that are pretty good. That have peanuts and dry dehydrated fruit that are good to snack on. They're not my favorite, but they're good for you. I try to think of less greasy foods. I hate to say it this way, but it stands true. Expensive beef jerky is a good treat if you can afford it because it's not as greasy as cheap beef jerky. But like, honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, and I get some snacks, even though I'm diabetic, I'll buy some Skittles or M&Ms. Hands down, pretty good. Greasy, they're easy to eat. They're easy. Sometimes they use them as counters on cards just for fun of it. But you know,
you can get a Skittle. You can get a Skittle. You get two. You get another Skittle.
Kevin G says, you know what tastes good with black licorice? Moonshine. That's right. But yeah. But anyways, you know, you're thinking of your cards, you're thinking of your opponent's cards, because when you're playing in person, Sometimes you need to pick up their cards to read their cards, understand what's happening on the board. You don't want to mess their cards up, their sleeves up. You don't want to mess your sleeves up. You don't want to mess your cards up. Just think of everybody with the snacks you get. Think of dry snacks. That's good for it. That's good for it. And
popcorn with lots of butter. Always good choice.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to the theaters to play Magic. Snickers supposedly fixes your hunger urges, right?
Yeah, that reminds me of
make great counters. That's right.
That comment about the Snickers, that reminds me of an old commercial they used to have. While wait, grab a Snickers bar.
Right. You remember M&M's, not in your mouth, not in your hand.
Yep.
All right.
That ain't true.
Don't bring a snack that gets smashed. That's true. Like Little Debbie's, little soft foods, and soft breaded Hostess type things like Twinkies and stuff. They're not really great. They still get a little stickiness on your hands and they smash very easy. Things like that. Prepare like a sandwich before. Like if you prepare a sandwich to eat while you're there, because sometimes pre-release will last up like 6-7 hours. You're gonna get hungry. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it doesn't last so long, varying on the size of the group. I remember going to our pre-release with 87 people. Even 7 was there.
Yeah, she's in the kitchen right now singing the song of her people.
That's right. 7 is singing the song of her people. That's funny. But yeah. Healthy snacks, healthy drinks are pretty, like your snacks, you can be a little loose on if they're sugary or not. Your drinks are more important than your snacks. Drinks, digest faster, go through your system faster. Know your exits, how to get out of the store, know where the bathroom is. If there's a bathroom, know where it is. Eat before the tournament, like a main meal, if you can. Because it gets really just distraughting when you're at a pre-release. Someone orders like some hot food and everybody can smell it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm jealous." Even though if you're full, they're like, "I'm jealous." Someone got a pizza or someone got Chinese food or something like that. Try not to be that person, if possible, But if you're hungry, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Right. I'm just saying. Because they normally don't care if you order in food from a place. Like most people who work at game stores do that on a daily basis. Right, Feldy.
See you, Feldy.
G Feldy. Feldy, have a good one. Hope the dip is made out of ranch dressing. All right. But check it out. Now, you guys enjoying the advice? Is this advice that you're going? I know, for example, Hillbilly is not really going to pre-release, but
unfortunately, that's true. I wish I could, but I just ain't got the funds.
But you just did the streamer event. That's almost as good as pre-release.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun, boy. Was it fun?
Mm-hmm. But. So we talked about hygiene. We talked about things to bring to help your games go smoother. We talked about foods. That's right. Foods are good. Now we're going to dip into the deck building process, right? The deck building process. And the reason I'm going through this is I wanted to reuse these. In limited. 80% of the decks that you build in limited, all the games you play are won by creatures. 80%. The small percent is other win conditions like mill. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start with the BREAD acronym. BREAD.
Now you're back to me. I want to go make me a sandwich since you said bread.
That's right. BREAD stands for bombs, removal, evasion, aggro. And D is supposed to be for duds, but I always say draw, ramp, and mana fixing. It's just a smash up. I do draw, ramp, and mana fixing because you already know you're not going to put duds in your deck if possible. You're going to put in the stuff to fill in. And so some of the stuff I'm about to go through, it's going to feel like it repeats because I want to put an emphasis on it. Like bombs, big, beefy creatures and win conditions. You want your big big beefy creatures in their deck for the win condition, and you want your win conditions in the deck as your win. Like when you're drafting, you look for your bombs first, then you build a deck around it. In limited, you just look at your bombs and you work with what you got. R stands for removal. Destroy, exile, target creature, right? Destroy or exile target creature or planeswalker. Those are really good to have removal. And in fact, these are ordered as important as bombs and removal are most important things when you're building a deck. You want to see your bombs, you want to see your removals to see what kind of deck you're going to run. Bouncing creature spells are pretty good, like that blue dragon from Tarkir that has the Omen aside where you bounce a creature, draw a card. Solid removal for blue. It's not the best removal, but you're replacing it. So good. So good, right? Counter spells are a type of removal. Do not discount counter spells, all right? Board wipes, my favorite kind of removal. Removal for creatures and planeswalkers are always good. Removal. Look at your removal, right? Evasion is a little different in Tarkir, but evasion is flying, unblockable, trample, menace, right? In Tarkir, there's a lot of creatures that's flying. So in Tarkir, you're going to have flying is almost irregular, but flying is still good. It's still evasion. Creatures without flying can't block it unless they have reach. If there's one instance of unblockable in Tarkir that I remember, unblockable is really good in set. Blockable means evades your opponent's creatures entirely. Check it out. Trample is the second best part of evasion here. Whatever dealt to a creature that's overflow goes to the opponent. A menace is the most common way of having evasion nowadays that's not flying. Trample and menace are what you're going to look for a lot in the set. You're going to want to run those as possible, but evasion is important because it gets through creatures, and that's what you're trying to do. That's what you're trying to do. Yeah. Cabbage. I like that. Basically, don't eat foods that will make you have an upset stomach and go number 2. That's right. Squirrels draft and take all the rares and shinies. That's right.
But I can still drink my coffee, right?
Yeah, you can drink coffee.
Because that helps number 2, too.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
as long as you're not blowing their toilets up, they don't care.
Oh my lord! Let's get back on topic here. A is for aggro, small to large creatures. About 12 to 15 creatures are what you want in your deck. Out of all the 23 card deck you have, because there's 23 cards in your deck. Like I actually build like 25, 19 card decks and do good with it. But 23 spells, 17 lands is about your average. 12 to 15 creatures in your deck make a limited thing. Helps build your aggro speed up, right? And limited. Because you're building 40 card decks is limited, not 60.
Interesting.
Limited is won by creatures 80% of the time. Aggro is how much damage output can you push by creature damage. The aggro cares about that. Your control aspect, which is in your removal here. Good removal mixed with aggro helps build tempo, which we'll explain a little bit later. Then, the D, draw, mana fixing, a ramp. Like, D stands for duds in the original acronym. When you're drafting, you don't want to draft duds. But you don't want duds anyways. So, you look for cards that draw in your deck that are filler cards. Cards that draw you extra cards. You want cards that draw you 2 or more cards if possible, which Tarkir has plenty of those nowadays, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Your mana fixing, you're going to want to do your mana fixing as best as possible. When you can, draft or look at your dual lands that you have in your sealed event. Do that. Ramp is not as important as mana fixing because you're running 40-card deck. So you want a couple ramp spells if you got them. But if you don't, mana fixing is more important. Then you got deck synergy. Putting a focus on card draw, mana fixing, removal, and graveyard recursion. See, you did not see graveyard recursion on this list prior to now. Graveyard recursion shows up to this because graveyard recursion is amazing. Deck synergy, card draw, right? Draw your cards, mana fixing, fix your mana so you got your colors. In Tarkir, that's important because you're most likely building 3 to 4 color decks in limited, right? In limited, you're going to try to stick to 3 colors. But you might splash a 4th color. Just have that one card. You might. Mana fixing is important for that. So build your mana, and we'll touch a little bit more on that a little bit later. Removal is all obviously solid. In Tarkir, you're going to try to stick to your mono, like 2-colored removal spells as much as possible, but you're going to play all the removal you can get. Right? You're going to play like in a 40-card deck. You want at least 4 to 5 removal spells. Graveyard Recursion. Graveyard Recursion is not just reanimating a creature from the graveyard to the battlefield, but getting a card back from your graveyard to your hand. Solid in the set. Being able to replay cards that are good is pretty good. Think about abilities in the set, like Harmonize. Right? Harmonize is really good. Anything or activate a card for a different ability, like Renew, in the set is solid. Having that extra mana sink in your game is awesome, and especially if you can play it from your graveyard. It is awesome. This Tarkir set is built for limited. I'm telling you, it's a really good set. Then we got theme synergy. See, there's deck synergy, which cares about and how it works together. Then you got your theme synergy. Don't get me wrong. I know I misspelled the word on this particular frame. I found out last night. Following the colors keyword mechanic. Endear, Abzan. Right? A deer is a good mechanic that works with tokens and +1 strategies. You got Mobilize and Mardu, which makes tokens. Abzan and Mardu kind of go together. It's pretty solid. Yeah, Flurry and Jeskai. Jeskai and Prowess are really good. Flurry's really good for it. What those do. Harmonize, an ability that works from the graveyard. Solid. Renew, Sultai. Graveyard, pretty solid. Then you got Omen and Behold, right? Omen and Behold. I called them kind of colorless abilities last night, but Omen and Behold are just different colors in the set. So, Behold the Dragon, you might, if it's important or relevant, if it's relevant, you'll play it. If it's not, you're not going to play it. But Harmonize is Teamer's ability, even though I spelled Teener. Renew and Harmonize kind of work together. Flurry and Renew kind of work together on some spells. Care about spells. Look what you got. Know the set. Let's get to Mana Curve. Mana Curve. This is like if I took all my cards and dropped them down by mana. This is how your deck would kind of look like. You might not have a 7 or 8 mana spell. That's why 3 through 6 is highlighted. But you're going to try to fight to keep your mana curve between 2, 3, and 4 mana. There's a good chance you're not going to have a lot of 1 mana spells. There's a good chance you're not going to have a 7 or 8 mana spell most times. So your mana curve in limited is usually 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Right? Converted mana costing spells. Your mana values. Right? Mana values. All right, let me see. We are on topic. We were a good time joking around. That's right. All right. Then happy Think Black Day every day.
Brendan!
Huh? All right. So this is where you're going to fight in your decks. If you want to be competitive in those limited, 2, 3, and 4 is where you're going to try to keep most of your deck. Your 5 and 6 is where your bomb slots are. If you have a 7 or 8, don't worry. You can play those. But no, that's where your mana fixing and ramp rely on, and your draw card abilities rely on, is trying to get to those lands that you need. But I got 3, 4, 5, and 6 highlighted under this bar because that's your power level in your deck, right? Where your mana curve is, which I got to get to the next clip for this to make sense. Boom. Here's about your average mana curve looks like. Now, this is not a perfect rendition of what a mana curve looks like because I don't know if there's even right enough cards. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20 cards there, so I'm 3 cards shy. And that's because of space, right? But this is kind of what you want your mana curve to look like in a in a limited game. Like your 2, 3s, and 4s, you want to loop around the most if possible. Your 5s and your 6s, where your bomb levels are. Anything that costs 7 or 8, it better be some explosive or a major win con if you're going to run those, because it's really hard to get to 7, 8 mana in a quick game of limited. So 2, 3, and 4 is where you want to stick by. 5 and 6 got to be your bombs. In most cases, if you're drafting or playing limited, you don't got a lot of 1-drops. I promise you. You know. So this is kind of what you want to look for when it comes to your mana curve, as much as possible, if possible. You know, because in pre-release, you're not drafting cards. You're stuck with the packs you open. All right. Now let's get to tempo. It's working on a smooth mana curve, good card draw, smart mana base. Smart mana base is like using all the dual lands you can for your deck, and also having good mana fixing, having sufficient removal. Sufficient removal if possible. Like I said, you can't control every card you get in limited, so you're hoping for the good removal, even if it's a bounce spell. You have a few big creatures. You have like 3 or 4 big creatures in your deck for win conditions. That's pretty solid. That's actually pretty good in a limited format. Which Tarkir has a lot of good big creatures in it, so it's going to be a fun format to play. But if you don't have a few big creatures, go fast, go wide. That's what Mardu is about in this set. Check it out. Right? It's going to be good. It's going to be a fun set, fun time. Now, study the set, which we have done extensively on this channel. Like, not as extensive as like some more pro players who have studied the set, but we've gone through the cards. We talked about what cards we like in the set and everything. Know what archetypes mix. Like, when you're studying a set, know what archetypes mix. Like, if you're running Teamer, you know, Sultai is going to have some fun, flavorful cards that mix with Teamer. Right? You know, Mardu mixes with Abzan. You know, Jeskai mixes with Spells Matter. So, like, enchantments and stuff are pretty good, like that removal spell. But also, see what color spells fit and fill in gaps in the set. Like, color spells are there to mitigate, like, maybe missing a land drop or not getting the line you need. Playing a color spell helps you bide that time to play a creature that's colorless and give you time to draw another card. It sounds stupid, but it's strategic, really. Ugin's too much. He's just bad. But anyways, that's my deck building process. When I build decks, do you guys enjoy that? Did you guys learn anything or like that? Anything to add? Best rule, always build around baby siege round. That's right.
Well, I noticed something about this. On the aggro part, you said use around 15 creatures?
12 to 15.
12 to 15?
Yeah.
Well,
depending on what deck you're running, what you're stuck with, you really want to push for 12 creatures.
Yeah. Well, I use that for my 60 card decks. I usually try to run at least 15 creatures.
Right. But you want 15 or more creatures in standard.
I try to keep it to 15. And
right.
the rest is all removal, ramp, and protection.
All right, but see, in standard, you're running 40 cards to 20 land ratio, which is mixed match, you know, a little bit less, a little bit more, whatever. In limited, you're running 23 cards and 17 lands. Or in my case, I usually like run 25 cards and 18 to 19 lands.
True.
You know, so that's the 12 to 15. 15 is like a lot, right? Yeah. But in standard, 15 is about the minimum. Yeah.
But the decks that I build with, 60 card decks that I build on Arena, actually pretty good when I use at least 15 creatures.
Right. KBG says aggro, I play around 20, 25, which makes sense. In standard or limited? But yeah. I mean, do you guys feel like for those in chat, if you liked all that information, first of all, hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications because you rock. But on top of that, like, do you think that was a good, quick primer on how to build a deck in limited for you? Did it make sense to you?
Oh, yeah, it did.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I mean, I was excited to go buy this. I did this live last night, but I figured I'd do it again this morning because I had all those pictures saved up, even though one has a misspelling on it. I had all the pictures saved up. I'm like, we can reuse that for the morning show. You know, but I wanted to get on the topics of hygiene and stuff because I didn't really touch hygiene last night. I wanted to touch on hygiene for sure.
Yo,
I mean, lucky for KJ, he's always taking a bath.
yup.
Yeah, I'm to the point where I'm already a little pruny.
That's funny. But yeah. Woo. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. But yeah.
Who's Fraba?
Use Thrive. I think we covered a lot of good advice in this video for what to take with you, how to prepare for it, what kind of snacks to take, what kind of drinks to have, you know.
Yeah, definitely. If you have a friend that needs to see this video, give it to them. Any teenager that hasn't yet discovered cleanliness, give this episode to them.
Right. Well, it's a true story. Hygiene matters, and especially like you can be in a TCG store, not TCG store. You can be like in a comic book shop. You can be in an LGS, whatever. And it might be a big store, but when you have like 60 to 80 people there, you guys are cramped and you can smell each other.
Yep.
That's why the Domino stuffed crust had some for dinner last night. Nice. Gotta love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, because like a few nights ago we had Pizza Hut's little stuff. I don't know what they're called, like nugget pizzas, the crust, or like little nuggets filled with cheese. It was weird, but the pizza was good. But anyways, our Domino's around here is suffering from new management. It's sad. But anyways, my friends, it is time we get to
hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise. Building the following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon. No one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house. We own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
All right. That's right. Get in your car and drive to the local GameStop or Game Shop. Then go play some pre-release this weekend if you can. Hope it's fun. I hope you guys have a blast. I'm excited for it. Hope I have a blast. I mean, I'm excited. I'm hoping I get to play Teamer. But now I just need to chill because we are in the chill section of the show. And we're going to start with the head in the jar. The one who wears the hat. The one who's not bald. We're going to talk to kjcowboydan about shilling.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. kjcowboydan here. So tonight is Thursday night. I will be making an attempt to, I've been failing at it lately, but I'll be making an attempt to hit up the MTG roundtable tonight, assuming everything goes well. There's been a few issues with me getting on there, so we hope we got that fixed. We'll find out tonight if you see me there on the MTG roundtable. Also, Monday will be the return of Procrasticraft, where Jesse Hellwheeler, myself, and a lot of other people go and play Minecraft on our SMP server. Wednesdays, as usual, will be Procrastinate Across the Ocean with Jesse Hellwheeler and myself. We had a great show last night. I hope you guys go back and to Jesse's page, watch last night's episode of Procrastinating Across the Ocean, where we talked about Jesse's vacation, and we kind of put together some ideas on what we're going to have Jesse do when she comes and visits us here in the United States.
Cool.
That's pretty much it for the time being. If you guys want to be part of the meetup vacation planning committee, please get hold of me on Discord, where I'm trying to get a few people together so we can plan a meetup of our circle, our little streamer circle, where fans and the streamers in our circle will get together once a year to meet up, and you can meet us. It'll be kind of like our own version of StreamCon, but it'll be like Tortoise, Hillbilly, Jesse, myself, DJ, and a few other people. So get a hold of me on Discord if you want to be part of that planning committee.
Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. All right, really quick, I want to bring up this comment. Lone Wolf says, y'all a little off topic, really quick, but I've been wanting to thank you for what you do with these live streams, etc. Trying to figure out the best way to support you. Y'all the best I can. Well, thank you.
I'll pop it in the chat.
Right? Yep.
Well,
always talking in the chat, liking the stream, sharing the streams, subscribe like you are. You're always been good for us when you do that. So
Yep.
we can ask.
Yep, because every little thing that you do for a channel will support the channel. I mean, you can become a channel member, which that costs maybe a little bit of money, and then or do the free stuff such as liking, subscribing, commenting after the show is over. All that helps, and all that is support.
Yeah, everything's support. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do something really quick.
And speaking for Super Fast Tortoise right now, it's all appreciated.
Oh, that is very much appreciated.
Now, Super Fast appreciates people commenting after his videos are done. I myself, same thing. I appreciate it when people comment on my streams after my live stream is over with. Because all that helps. All that is support.
KJ beat me to it. All right.
Oh, well, click either one. They both work.
Yeah. All right. I was trying to help you there. All right. Now it's time for you to chill out yourself, Hillbilly.
All right. Today is Thursday. Tuesday was a little different. Tuesday was when we supposed to have done our community day. Didn't get to do that this week. So this afternoon, we're going to do viewer challenges. So if you want to play a game of Arena, hit me up at around 2 o'clock this afternoon for some gameplay, for some challenges. So if you want to play, 2 o'clock is the time. And that is just for today. The next week it'll be back on regular schedule where we'll have our community days on Tuesday afternoon. And anyway, that's all we got. That's all that's planned on for today.
All right. Well, while you were chilling yourself, my internet decided to drop for a second.
Oh, I didn't know what was going on. I seen that having trouble connecting. Like, okay, what happened? What's going on?
Tell you the truth, I thought it was me because, with the weather being the way it has been here in the central time zone, I've been having some weird internet.
That's right.
Yep.
I get you. But no, that wasn't me this time. It was me this time. But you rock, you roll, everybody. I want to thank you for hanging out with us, chatting with us, liking the video, sharing the video, doing all the things that help out the channel because you make this channel amazing. My creep. That's right. You're my creep. But anyways, tonight, I'm going to try and put together a commander game, try and figure out what commander game I want to play. But first, I want to remind you that you're awesome and amazing, and I want to remind you that you're loved. All right? Someone's thinking about you. And if you can't, brighten someone's day because you might be the change they need. And with that, I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys rock. You guys rule. But have an amazing day, most of all.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends have been the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning